on road clothes. Everybody so far out of the
dream.
Hello? Ding dong!
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestler and broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV. Speaking about Marty Jannetty, we were talking about, probably one of the great angles of all time when Marty Jannetty gets thrown through the glass window at the barbershop. Yeah, we were speaking about it, like, what did that mean to you when Shawn turned on Marty as a wrestling fan?
Oh, back then I looked at wrestling much differently than I do today. I was really shocked by it. I was like, wow, I can't believe Shawn just did that. I was actually, I guess as a fan who would, I was kind of like pissed at him. I was like, wow, what the frig did he just do? Then I realized how great it was. I was like, wait a second, I'm probably going to think about this moment forever.
So for NXT fans, Ding Dong Hello.
Ding Dong!
Had Toxic
Hello!
Attraction on.
I like saying it. I'm sorry.
I love it.
Ding Dong! Hello! I love it. It's hilarious.
Gigi Jolin and JC Jane, right? 2/3 of Toxic Attraction, because we all know that Mandy Rose was the leader of that group.
Yes.
And that had a group that, they had the potential to be. So, but what happened on Tuesday night rivals, in my opinion, the Marty Jannetty.
You really loved it, huh?
I really loved it.
It was brutal. I'll give you that.
So, Jared, run the Jannetty through the window real quick for the fans. Let's see what this looks like. Give it one more time, bro. So this is pretty vicious. Okay, this could be a prop piece of glass.
It better be.
And Marty.
If that's real glass, boy, oh boy, that hurts.
And Marty's gigging himself or whatever.
Sure.
All right, now let's run this.
This is worse.
This is brutal. Watch.
First of all, the door
no give on Ding Dong.
Watch
Hello
this,
there.
folks.
All right. One more time on that one through the door. Oh,
oh
my God. One more time to the door, then one more time for the kick in the face.
No,
Whoa!
Jared's obsessed with the kick in the face, and I can see why.
God.
First of all, the door has no give. What is that?
Oh, my God. Dude,
that kick in the face.
We are watching. Look, clearly that was just
that kick in the face is too much.
Oh,
look at that. That's insane. I mean, what do you say afterwards in the back? Sorry?
No, you could say, Ding Dong, hello.
She was saying it at that very moment. Ding Dong.
Oh, my God.
Hello. That's brutal.
But I got to tell you, now, when you look at both of those, which one do you enjoy more?
Yeah, I guess I got to admit that kick is one for the ages.
It is. And I got to tell you.
Yeah, but so's the Marty thing. I mean, what's going to wind up being more famous? Well, coach, stop it. It's always going to be Marty and Shawn. But boy, oh boy, that's one hell of a boot to the puss. That hurts. That's bad.
That kick has got me totally like. I like Toxic Attraction to begin with because of Mandy.
Yeah.
Now share with everybody what you thought of Gigi Dolan.
Well, the whole thing is with Toxic Attraction. You got to forgive me. I've done a lot of drugs, folks. Well, the thing with Toxic Attraction, I look at them and I would always think Sex in the City. You got three babes. You got the one that's obviously the leader and the smoking one, and then you got the other one who's smoking, and then you got the redhead. And it's nothing against the redheads. I love a beautiful redhead like anybody else would. And this is a good picture, by the way. Jared, you're not helping me out. I wanted you to find photos where she looks like she usually does afoot. Can you get me a picture of some overgrown toenails and fungus?
Well, sometimes she has the look of the old lady with no teeth in her mouth look.
That's what I'm getting at.
I know where you're getting at.
Yeah, it's rough. Although that was a great picture, right, Jared?
Hey, Jay Will says something great. Bret Hart. Wow, that is a smoking picture of her. She's pretty hot.
There.
Jay Will says Bret Hart probably did not approve of that kick.
No, absolutely not. I wonder if he consulted with his rabbi.
Now, do you think
Rabbi Goldberg?
Do you think Gigi Dolan's crying to the
what? Thank you.
I'll
Thank
catch it
you.
on the replay.
I'm sure you
I'll
will.
call you and go, that was a funny
dude. That 4:35.
Lawler continues to improve after suffering a stroke on Monday in Florida.
What does Jerry Lawler mean to you?
Wow.
Little role reversal here. Usually you ask me this. Think.
As I'm older now,
Yeah.
I hold Jerry Lawler in very, very high regard.
Yeah, he's precious, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's precious.
He, and in fact, I would tell you when we did meet him, I always wanted to get him on the show. Just couldn't get it friggin' semantics
that would be
worked
so
out.
great. Yeah.
But remember when we met him, I think at the big event, right? What he spent, he was talking to us for like 10 minutes about the Jets and the Browns. I mean, the guy is just cooler than, you know what I mean?
Jerry Lawler's great.
And he's won it. Look,
You
we
hate
did a
to hear the
head-to-head
health
with
problems.
Bruno Sammartino, the great Bruno Sammartino. And Lawler won.
Because Jerry Lawler is one of the all-time greats. He just is. And what is he not excelled at? Promos, excelled. Wrestling, excelled. Storytelling, excelled. Announcer, excelled. What is he not excelled at?
And
Maybe staying with women, but that's a whole different story. Then again,
well, he's had some hot women.
that could be props up for him anyway.
right.
In the long run, I guess.
I mean, didn't he get married to like a 20-year-old or something
Jerry
like that?
Lawler's just he's a rock star, isn't he? Isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a rock star.
He is.
And you know what? When I was a 14 or 15-year-old watching him slam that cup of coffee on Kaufman on the Letterman show, are you serious? Center of the universe,
One
man.
of the great angles,
That was
dude.
so great.
What did that mean to you, that whole
Everything.
Kaufman?
I thought it was great.
As a wrestling fan,
Always liking Andy Kaufman on top of it made it even cooler.
again, I'll go back to it. I was not a wrestling fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw it when I was younger, wasn't into it. Jimmy got me into it.
Right around that time, I believe.
You know, it's funny. As a wrestling fan, you felt like you never got respect. Like no one respected it. It was a joke. It was laughable.
Being a wrestling fan was like being a Kiss fan.
Yes.
You were going to catch for it.
Right.
Period.
Yep.
You were.
And there was certain things, as stupid as this sound, that gave legitimacy to wrestling for us.
Mm-hmm.
One being Lawler and Kaufman.
Yep.
Unfortunately, another one,
Mm-hmm.
and at the time, I'm a stupid kid, right? So forgive me for this. But when Snuka took on the 3 police dogs and the police in that room,
Right.
at the time, you didn't know he was higher than a friggin' clone.
Yeah.
And then the real one,
I like Schultz and Stossel.
Schultz and Stossel.
That was cool.
But the main one to me was, and this is what put relevancy into wrestling, and this is why everybody, you got to listen to me on this. This is why he's the greatest wrestler of all time. Rocky III, Hulk Hogan, Sylvester Stallone. Hulk Hogan being in that movie legitimized wrestling for everybody.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, everybody took it seriously. You know why? Because everybody made fun of fake wrestling, but they believed in the fake Rocky Balboa.
Absolutely.
He was a hero.
Right.
And people, even though it was an actor, no one believed it. It was like, it was Rocky.
Now, it was an interesting time for wrestling before Rocky III because, oddly enough, the niche, it was like a well-kept secret, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yet, that well-kept secret was successful enough to sell out the Garden for the most part, month after month. It was great.
Right.
But Rocky III turned it into everybody knows wrestling is the now. You know, Hogan just took it into
Well, but that's why we make fun of the wrestling experts, because the beforehand, when they sold out the Garden, was the 25,000 people little secret. Their secret. Their own little their own little world.
It wasn't mass yet.
Before it was infiltrated,
Hogan,
right?
And I don't consider that I don't consider Hulk Hogan infiltration at all, but if that's how purists see it. Because Misha Montana doesn't do it for me. I wasn't going, wow. I'm still kind of upset at the Riddle thing. I'm going to run and watch her. She'll probably say nice things about the guy. So, it's kind of mean.
So my wife's watching it with me.
He's mean.
And my wife, of course, says, what do you think my wife says about Misha Montana?
What? I want to
Take a guess.
Tramp?
No.
She didn't?
She goes, wow, she's pretty.
Oh, okay, cool, because my ex would have been like, that
Wait
tramp.
a minute, but you see, you're missing the point.
What am I missing? Okay.
Because
help me out.
Honestly, I said to my wife, I said, Daniela is 10 times better looking.
I agree with that.
Thank you.
No, I do.
Jared, you want to weigh in on that? Who's better looking? And be honest. I'm not. You don't have to roll with us on this.
Misha Montana.
Misha Montana and Danielle Petro.
Definitely Danielle.
By far, right?
Yeah, it's not even close.
It's not even close.
You got a picture of Daniela? I don't know if the audience caught that show. Did they catch that show? You might want to show the audience what we're talking about.
Well, yeah, everybody watched that. That's Daniela, but you get her from the show, dude. Like, I like her with the cornrows better than
you
that
with
one.
your cornrows.
But so my point to you is,
it's great. But the cornrows.
But my point is, of course, my wife's got to be like, oh yeah, Misha Montana's gorgeous.
Well, she's not ugly, but she's not gorgeous. Wait, is she?
So why do you think Matt Riddle would choose Misha Montana over Daniela Petra?
I don't.
And I got to tell you, Daniela went crazy. She was all over. She was all over social media going off this interview because Misha was protecting.
He puts a picture up of her getting ready to cry. That's not hot.
That's a great
What's
picture.
Wrong with, she's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but could you show her happy and peppy and?
I don't know. She wasn't happy on that interview.
Nah, she wasn't, man. She was. There's your cornrows. How you feel now? Look, Mike, it's your cornrows.
A mess says she's got 10 tons of makeup on that picture.
Hit her with a hose, right, Mess?
Hit her
with a hose. Let's
now,
see what she looks like.
Evaluate this. What's up with the tattoo on the neck, bro?
I don't get that. That must have, I've never had a tattoo. You have, so you could probably tell me that must have been so painful. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Dude, it's not even attractive to me.
I don't know what it's doing there.
It's like a giant rose in the middle of your neck. I'm not even getting that,
that's
dude.
That's a very strange spot for it. Jared, where do you think that should have been placed? Like on a cheek, perhaps? And I don't mean...
How about nowhere?
Anywhere
don't get
but
it.
the neck.
Anywhere but right
the
there,
face.
right? And you thought Cody Rhodes had a tattoo problem.
Dude, it's just like, I don't even get it. And I don't understand, women... Jared, weigh in on this. We were talking this with Jada Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You could be a young, attractive woman and put a tattoo. Yeah, all of a sudden you're going to get turkey neck, and now you got this rose flopping around. Oh, gross, dude.
Right. I'll take some wipes, and I'll also get a bottle of...
Well, we're going to play a little game because, you know what, it's not... Since Danielle's a friend of the show, we're probably a little biased, right? Because people are going to call us biased, but I don't think we are.
But, no, we're
not.
But
we're going to compare Miss Montana to
her peers in the business.
To the other peers in the business. If Misha is better looking than the girls, the women that we're showing,
I'll call them a dumpster fire.
You say dumpster fire. Right. If not, you weigh in and tell me if the girl is better looking. Okay. And Jared, feel free to jump in first. So the first one up, we're going to put up porn star Dylan Harper.
It's an adult entertainer, Michael.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Is that like a custodial engineer?
Whatever way you want to spin it, make it sound professional. Thank you. Dylan Harper. She blows Misha Montana out of this orbit.
Maria Davis says she has tattoos, but you can't see them unless she wears shorts. You see, that Maria is smart.
There you go.
Well placed.
There you go, Maria.
Well placed
places.
Well
thought out.
That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
All right. So
hold on, Spidey. You agree with me?
What are you going with here?
Harper. By the way, she's half Irish, half Cherokee. What a combo. Go ahead.
Definitely Dillian Harper.
Oh, all right. Dillian Harper's beautiful.
Next up, Mia Malkova.
Mia Malkova. Hello. Hello. Ding dong. Woo! Woo! Mia. Yeah.
Wow, RJ goes, damn.
Yeah, I would have to. Yeah,
damn.
I agree.
Damn.
Damn. I would definitely agree with RJ. You know what? Mia's also in another orbit compared to Spidey. What say you, youthful young man there?
Yes.
Oh, Mike? You have nothing to say?
Dude, I'm agreeing with you guys.
And
I'm the MC.
You're the MC.
And Stinger's just saying, now we are talking. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
And you don't see a stupid-ass rose tattoo on that girl.
Oh, no. By the way, neither of them have, on the neck or whatever.
All right, now this is a rose I can get into.
Dude.
Selena
Rose. You're about to show a good friend of mine. That's right. Selena Rose.
Loose Cannon Smoke Show.
Selena Rose is so... Hello, ding dong. I'll just keep using that.
I think you should go with that.
Ding dong.
What do we got over there, Jared? Are we getting the hello ding dong?
Jared.
Yeah, hello ding dong.
Wow, what a beautiful woman.
All right, next up. She's not Cody.
Oh my.
She's not Dustin.
No, she's not.
But she's Anna Rose.
She's an American Dream. That's Lana Rhodes,
Lana Rose.
That's Lana Rhodes. Lana Rhodes is an American Dream. And by the way, Lana Rhodes blows everybody so far out of it.
American Dream.
Hello, ding dong. Yeah.
Jared, what are we doing here?
Lana Rhodes, ding dong.
Jared, put
Yes.
that away. Nobody wants to see it.
Next
What
up.
are you doing over there, Jared?
Next up.
Anyway.
So far we got a blowout.
Well, maybe some people want to see it, but I don't know about us two old guys.
Misha
Go ahead.
Montana looks like a dumpster fire right now, right?
Dude, I can smell the smoke.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Next up, Harley Dean.
Now, here is one fine lassie, as Mr. Scott would say
Lassie.
back in the days of Star Trek. And as he gets
Stingus goes, Mamma Mia. And these are porn stars, by the way.
These are beautiful.
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you
I'm
what
sorry.
they are.
Adult
They are
entertainers.
adult entertainers, and they are all dignified, beautiful women who are very successful. Every single one we've shown
Fair
so
enough.
far, okay?
Fair enough.
You know, these are no dummies. Dummy? Yeah. None of them. Jared, what say you about the exquisite Harley
Jesus.
Dean?
Now that's some tattoos I'd like to see.
Yeah, she's got to be good spots.
Yeah,
Oh
those
my
are
God.
those are some good tattoos, honestly.
Yeah, she's got great ones in good spots. Yeah.
God.
What say you, Jared?
Ding dong.
Jared's ringing that
There
bell
you
left
go.
and right.
I got to
Nice,
tell you,
Jared.
the
You
only
got good
dumpster
taste.
fire we're seeing is Misha Montana right now.
Yeah,
And
you
I
know-
got to say, one thing that's bad, these are like today's porn. If this is what we got to challenge, like this is older porn stars, right? Or these are newer porn stars?
These are the current ones.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
So you
they're
all right?
basically the current.
I'm sorry, I'm not well
First
versed.
of all, let me make this very clear. I don't know the whole genre, but when you asked me about this,
Right.
I did. The internet's got everything. I'm like top adult
All right,
stars in the industry.
let's go
That's how I
old
found these
school.
folks.
We're pulling out Seika.
You said it wrong.
Go ahead.
You're supposed to say it like this. Seika! Yeah!
All right, this one's a
Yeah!
tough one, dude.
No, it's not, because compared to Misha Montana, hello, ding dong, Seika is a legend. By the way, folks, you're looking at the Bruno Sammartino of the industry.
Oh, really?
Right there, Seika.
How
Yeah.
many
The
sellouts
greatest
did she have?
Tons, but the greatest thing she ever did was can her cheap agent.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was it?
You never heard? You never heard that story?
No.
Oh, my God. She thought she was going to get a money shot. She didn't even get a penny.
She paid a king's ransom.
Chef, for that? Paid a king's
Well,
ransom.
what do you think, Jared? Seika or
Seika.
Absolutely. No,
Ding-
say it, Jared.
Seika,
Hello.
Ding dong.
There, he's so excited when he's like, hello.
All right, finally,
That's great.
but last, Evan Ginsberg.
Oh, now that's scorched earth. How hot is that?
So Misha Montana, Evan Ginsberg.
Oh, dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah, I mean.
Jared?
They're both pretty hot, honestly.
Is it the baseball cap, the glasses, or the microphone in his hand?
It's the 3-in-1 combo.
He's killing it, Spidey.
Oh,
Spidey's
my
killing it
God,
tonight.
Spidey is
Spidey,
killing
can you
it.
say one thing? Repeat after me. Rah.
Rah.
He can't even do it.
Rah.
There you go. All right, so here we go. Head to head, Pharaoh.
Let's do it. All right.
Rhea Ripley against Jacqueline.
Wow, this is going to be pretty physical. As you know, folks, Head to Head has 5 different categories. Category number 1 is mic skills. How do you communicate to that audience? Do you have it or do you not? It's usually pretty obvious. Category number 2, mat skills. Hey, I love a good grapple. Hey, I'll take a good slugfest. Whatever you do you do it well? Or are you just a big stiff? Category number 3, the it factor. Very much unlike eating at the airport diner where, you might experience the factor after breakfast. This is more about, do you have that little magical quality that just keeps the audience wanting more? Category number 4, personal favorite of the Pharaohs, the back of the baseball card, belts, championships, money in the banks, battle royals. You know, what do you got? Let's see that high quarterback rating, unless you're the Jets and watching all the high quarterback ratings sign with other teams. Okay, and then there's, of course, category number 5, and category number 5 is impact on the industry. Is that where we're at with that one? I say it all the time, guys like a San Martino or a Hogan or a Flair or a Rhodes, are you a trailblazer or are you just forgettable? So there it is, folks. Head to head, 5 categories. We pair them up and made a best woman win.
All right, brother. Let's go.
All right. First category. What are we doing there, Spider? We're going to do mic skills?
Got a little mic skills.
Let's go with mic skills. All right. I got to give that to Rhea.
Why?
Because Jacqueline barely talked. And the little I've heard of Ray is it's okay.
So I think
Jacqueline.
this
barely got
is
to
very
talk.
difficult because Rhea is so really new to the industry
She's pretty good at it so far.
in the limelight.
Yeah.
Jacqueline wasn't bad on the mic, but I'm going to go
just
ahead.
Didn't talk that much.
No, she didn't.
No.
So I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go with Ripley.
I'm going to
on
take
this.
Ripley. Yeah. All right, so she's up 1-0. Now we got Matt Skills. I don't know how controversial this is going to sound, but I think Jacqueline wins this one.
Why?
Jacqueline was a hell of a worker. Jacqueline was a good wrestler,
She's a
man.
great wrestler.
You know, I'm going to put her above Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's obviously physically impressive, but I think overall the arsenal of skill set, I think Jacqueline's got her.
I'm going to go with that too. I'm going to agree that
man,
Jacqueline, again,
What a
Rhea
worker.
newer to the industry.
Rhea's great.
Jacqueline was actually underrated
Yes, she
as
was.
a wrestler.
Oh, yes,
she didn't get enough in the limelight, I think.
Yep, I agree, man. She was a stud. She could go.
Okay.
She could definitely
ESO
go.
says draw on number 2.
That's fair, man. I could see that, but I still feel like Jacqueline had a deeper skill set. Category number 3, we've got the it factor. I'm going with Rhea.
I think
just
this is
fills
where
the
Rhea
aura
blows her away.
Yeah, Rhea's got an aura to her. Oh my God.
And the Judgment Day Rhea, okay? The
Sure.
Rhea before this had it,
Yeah,
but not like this.
No, not like
this.
Well,
is
first of all, we're talking about mommy, so let's get that straight.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, that's Dom's mommy. Category number 4, the back of the baseball card. What do you do with this one?
It's a tough one. This one is because Rhea hasn't done much title-wise.
Not yet.
And Jacqueline's been a Divas champion. I don't want to say World's champion.
They didn't handle it the same way back
She did
in the
well
day.
in Texas. Honestly, I
Jeez.
think
I don't know.
responsibly, you have to
Jacqueline.
give this to Jacqueline.
I agree.
Right? Even though it's like,
No, I agree.
got to give it to Jacqueline.
All right, so it's 2-2. So this is going to come down to impact.
which is very close. I'm surprised it's as close as it is.
Impact in the industry. How can you can't give that to Rhea? You have to give it to Jacqueline. Jacqueline's influenced the whole further generation of wrestlers.
See, this is where
This is almost unfair.
This is where I'm going to disagree with you.
I mean, for Rhea, she doesn't have tons of,
This is where I'm going to disagree with you because here's the argument I'm going to start.
I know who's going to have a bigger impact in the end, Rhea.
But here's where my argument's going to start continuing here, right? We're both big Hulk Hogan marks, right?
Yes, that's true.
Greatest of all
I haven't
time.
made my decision yet, by the way.
I got you, but I want people to hear me out on this.
Okay.
If you look like pure numbers, okay, you might not want to admit it, but the tribal chief is the greatest world's champion in the history of wrestling.
Okay.
That guy has drawn more money, right? They just broke an all-time pay-per-view record, an all-time attendance record, dollar-wise.
I wonder what happens when you adjust the dollars per decade.
But you
Go
can't.
ahead.
You can't.
I know that they do, though. There is a science.
I
to
got
that.
it.
I wonder. You're never going to convince me Roman Reigns is worth more than Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold Steve Austin of The Rock. It's not going to happen.
At some
but
point,
okay.
but at some point, you got to start recognizing.
I already do recognize
right.
his level of success.
But
He's
now
the man.
let's bring it back to Rhea and Jacqueline. So impact on the industry. Jacqueline, you're right. It's almost unfair because she's been around longer.
Right.
But I would say that
you can fairly judge it now because of the years gone past.
But I would say that people know Rhea Ripley more than they know Jacqueline.
Probably,
this one's a tough one. Make a call.
You're probably right about that.
Lou says Roman is not better than Hulk or Austin.
I so agree.
I would listen, Lou.
I agree.
I agree with you. I'm not
totally
disagreeing.
agree.
My point is, sooner or later, everybody's going to have to admit, and this isn't over. This run isn't over.
Roman Reigns was the biggest star of his
Roman might be the biggest star of any generation.
He's not going to pass Hogan. It's not happening.
On dollars and cents,
I don't care.
He's up there.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I totally get what
all
you're
I'm saying is that can't be disregarded.
No, it can't.
You can't just go, that doesn't matter.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. It's just that I just feel like Hogan, Austin, and The Rock are in
But then you got the fan that goes, Bruno Sammartino didn't have the luxury of having cable. You could make arguments
Bruno
for everybody.
Sammartino was he was the greatest of his generation, and generations were presented through media differently.
Bruno was great for his time because that's what wrestling was about. Wrestling was about ethnicity, right? Ethnicity. Duh.
Play.
Right? That's the way it was always set up. It was always set up, Puerto Ricans, blacks, whites, Italians, Jews, whatever.
Back then.
Right? Then it changed. So, yes, for his generation, he was the greatest. But all I'm saying is Roman has to be in the discussion. Anyway, back to
He is in
Jacqueline.
no, I do agree. He's the
Jacqueline.
greatest of his generation.
Jason just says Hogan drew bigger ticket sales. Also, pay-per-views back then cost more since pay-per-views now stream is much lower price. This is what you guys are not forgetting, though. For a pay-per-view live gate, they just broke the all-time record dollar-wise. It beat WrestleMania 3, guys.
Right.
Those are facts. He broke WrestleMania 3's dollars. And the one guy that's in every one of these matches is Roman Reigns. And again, when you look back, when you guys get older, you're going to look back and go, the Bloodline might have been the greatest storyline in the history of wrestling.
The younger ones will, unless they're like, marking.
You're looking at a possibility the greatest storyline in wrestling history.
One of the greatest, if not the greatest, and I'll say that right now.
That's great.
The Bloodline storyline is one of the greatest storylines in wrestling history.
All right, Rhea Jacqueline.
I'm going to go with Rhea only because long-term her shadow is going to cast a larger shadow. So I am kind of shooting forward when I do this, but I'm going to have to go with Rhea.
So I totally get what you're saying. Hey, Davio's in the house. I'm going to go with Jacqueline just for the fact that we can't go in advance. Yes, you could see the light is shining brighter, and it quickly will. And once she wins the championship at WrestleMania.
So this is a draw, really.
You know what? Let's call it a draw.
I think we should call this a draw.
So, the head-to-head's a draw. Jacqueline, Rhea, a draw. I agree with you. I don't think it's responsible to go either way right now.
You know what's funny? The diehard Rhea fans are probably furious right now. They probably think she won most of the categories, probably.
She's too young in the business.
That's the whole point. That's why impact on the industry, like I originally said, Jacqueline's had decades of girls probably wanting to be like her. So that's why I said if you forecast into the future, Rhea will probably cast a bigger shadow with all the fans she's making right now. Because as you pointed out, there's more fans right now with all the fannies in the seats with Roman Reigns, all the crowds and all the dollars. Rhea's playing to a pretty huge audience at a pretty high level.
Exactly, a very high level.
And she is like, what is it? Is it just her size that I always lump her with? She's like almost, God, I hope this doesn't come out the wrong way, but it probably will. She's like a more badass, more athletic version of China. When was the last time we saw a woman this big that can do what Rhea does? There's like no one like Rhea.